Christmas Day, my first Christmas on Bela Pedra. I'm just sitting on this big rock over here, soaking up the view. I just love it.
For years I've travelled the world with my children and lived and worked in many different countries. Now that my children are independent adults, it's time for me to realise my childhood dream and own a farm. In June 2020, I bought an old farm in central Portugal that hadn't been worked on for 50 years. My name is Cindy. Join me and follow my journey as I try and restore the stone cottage and turn the land into a working farm again. Welcome to QUINTA de Bela Pedra, my Portuguese farm.
Someone asked me in the comments about the eucalyptus trees and if I'm going to chop them down. The problem is that they are on the border of my property and the next door neighbor's property, and I'm not too sure, because there isn't a fence, which are on my property and which are on the neighbor's property. So I don't want to go chopping down trees that actually don't belong to me. I've got to somehow or other try and find out where my property ends on this border. It's not easy to tell. I don't know what these boundary stones are supposed to look like. So looking at where there is, I think, a bit of a fence or a hedge by those trees down there, and if I go in a straight line, it's either the other side of those two boulders or in between those two boulders and this big one over here. Somewhere. So my goal is to get some milk goats and then some kuni pigs, and I think the goats are going to love jumping around these rocks, and the pigs are going to love all the acorns from oak trees everywhere, just oak trees. But the most magnificent one is that one over there, right at the end. But yeah, definitely I could have called this oak tree farm. So I collected some chestnuts from trees back in Gjøvik in Norway. Oh, when was this? About August, when the seeds were dropping. And I had them in the fridge for a while and wrapped in the wet paper towel in a baggie, and they've started germinating, and I'm going to plant them over here. So I've planted the chestnuts at different spots, and I've put like a little plastic sign. I bought these plastic plant signs from Amazon Germany, and so that I know where I've planted them should some miracle happen and they start growing. So my apple seeds have also germinated, so I'll be sticking them in the ground. If they grow, they grow. If they don't grow, it hasn't cost anything, really. So let's hope some of them take. So 3 days with no rain and the rocks aren't green anymore. But I thought I'd show you my little orchard that I've planted. I've labeled all the plants so that if they do grow, when I come back I'll know what they are. So there's 12 plants in this area, 12 trees. I've got 2 mulberry trees, 2 persimmons. I've got a fig tree, an apple tree, a peach tree, blueberry, and oh, I can't remember what else. And one that I'm not sure, it could be a nectarine or it could be a fig. I wanted to buy a nectarine tree, but I can't remember if I did. But when I arrived home, it had lost its label. So, oh, I got a kumquat tree. Yeah. So this is the mystery one. This could be a nectarine or it could be another fig. It looks a bit like the fig tree. It's got that little green tip at the top. But it could be nectarine. So I'm not putting a label on it because at this moment it's a mystery. And I planted over here. This is called a madronos, and this one is the one that they make alcohol from. So this could be my alcoholic tree. And I've got a kiwi over there as well. I don't know if that'll grow. I've put it next to the fence. We'll see. And then my Jerusalem artichokes I had planted along here in 3 little beds. I didn't film me planting and digging the holes for the trees because I thought nobody wants to see an old lady digging holes. But it's done. So when I went to Agriloja today to buy what did I go and buy? A spade. I bought a spade last time, but that was a spade for digging holes. So I wanted to buy a bigger spade for this mountain of gravel. And I also wanted to look at what I could put around the trees. And they were selling these things really cheaply. It said protector. Yeah, protector. There we go. Protector. Perforado, PROTETOR, whatever. And I'm thinking if I put this around the trees, because I don't have time to do fences and fencing and that kind of thing. But if I put these around the trees, I'm thinking that might protect leaves growing at the bottom. I don't know, just an idea. Oh dear, what jumped in my car? I thought I went to buy a spade. And look at all these fruit trees. Oh my goodness. What happened? So looking at the well today, saw some little fishes swimming in there. So that was quite interesting. And yeah, planted the new fruit trees that I bought, and I've put these little covers on them. There are a couple that don't have covers because I didn't buy enough covers. But yeah, so the one tree that I'm really hoping is going to grow is the nectarine tree that I planted today. My granny used to have a very big nectarine tree in her backyard when I was a child, and I don't know, I've never forgotten that nectarine tree. And yeah, this nectarine tree is in memory of my granny, and hopefully it'll grow. But I'm quite pleased with what I've done so far over here. Hopefully these trees I've planted will take, and hopefully these little protector things I bought will work.